Eric.
Tig. Fast food places that don't suck. Unfortunately, I'm a big fast food guy. I like my crappy fast food. We did do
The fries.
We did a fry tasting marathon that is somewhere in I have no idea where it is.
I don't think it's in a playlist.
We literally drove around all day eating fast food fries and giving our verdict in the car.
That was right before we went on diets.
That's true. So what are fast food joints that don't suck? And I'm sorry, and I should put a caveat in here. As far as I'm concerned, those kind of upscale fast food, I think they call it, places don't count. And by that I mean like Chipotle and Five Guys.
No, that's not.
Like if you can go in and it's like every order is a custom order and it's a sit down place. If the place doesn't have, if you're not pulling up to a drive-through and ordering like a number one, it's not a fast food.
So
joint.
Five Guys, you're not going to put on there?
I'm not considering Five Guys fast food. For one, is there a Five Guys that has a drive-through?
No. Okay, so we're gonna put drive-through as a.
I think it kind of has to be because Five Guys.
Because Five Guys is.
Five Guys is not fast food. It's not made to order, or it is made to order. You're not necessarily just getting whatever they're cranking out. Everything is a custom order, right? Like when you go to McDonald's, it's like, oh, I would like a burger with this, and this, and this. It's
Big Mac.
Get a burger or Big Mac or whatever.
Like you can request things, but for the most part, you're just ordering what it is.
Correct, exactly. Whereas when you go to a place like Five Guys,
you have to
Chipotle,
pick what you want.
Yeah, you're selecting.
Okay,
things.
that's fair. That's a fair stipulation. It's fair stipulation.
Like we might, I don't know if we're gonna get pizza tonight, but I was also kind of thinking about you have a local chain place. I'm just saying this more for the audience than for you, but Bubba Coos, the local taco and burrito place.
We have one in town,
which I like.
But that wouldn't count.
No, that wouldn't count
because you order it Subway style almost.
Exactly. You're like, let me get this and this and this and this.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's for me. Basically, it's like for me, the fast food is look. You're pulling up and you're ordering like, give me a number 2 with a Diet Coke.
There's one place when I drove out west. That was a fast food place.
Oh, I think you told me about it.
It was so good.
Yeah.
And I was shocked. I was like, this is like what a fast food burger is supposed to taste like.
But you can't remember which it is.
And I can't remember the name. Oh, I think it was
there's a few. In-N-Out is one of the big ones.
It was Carl's.
Oh, Carl's Jr.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think it was out in like Oklahoma or something.
Yeah, because Carl's Jr. is also. It's called Carl's Jr. out there, but then
but here it's something else, right?
Yeah, I can't remember what it's called here though.
You won't like to hear this, but they put, I think, mustard and ketchup on there. They do a lot of that out west.
Go to hell.
If there's anybody watching, every burger we ate out west had a little bit of mustard on their burger.
That's how McDonald's used to be. Remember that? Like their standard cheeseburgers used to be mustard.
Well, it's gonna happen eventually.
Their standard cheeseburger used to be mustard and ketchup.
Yeah.
Which I thought was terrible.
Of course,
it's a terrible idea.
I love it.
Terrible idea.
But Carl's Jr., I would say, the family went out west and it was a literal fast food place. We were like, we just needed something to eat. We were hours between nowhere, and it was at a gas station. And we were like, let's just stop here. We never tried this. And that was part of the trip, right? Hey, let's stop at fast food places we've never eaten at.
Yeah, of course. I would do the same.
And goddamn.
Yeah.
Like, I was like, this is a real burger. Like, this is I was shocked. Because it was one of those moments where when you eat something somewhere else and you're like, oh, back east, they don't do it right.
Yeah.
Like, there's things we do here right? We do pizza right. We make subs right. Yeah. They don't do that shit out there.
Cheesesteaks.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But out there, I was like, oh, shit.
Breakfast sandwiches.
Like, there's cows everywhere, so they know what they're doing.
Yeah.
But Carl's Jr., which I'm assuming you never got to eat at. That was like, that's one of those places where if you were driving, I said, dude, make sure you fucking stop to get a burger at Carl's Jr.
I'm not from there, so I don't know to what extent they're my definition of fast food, but I know the big rivalry out there with burger joints is In-N-Out, and then what is the other one?
Jack in the Box? No, that's more like...
Yeah, I don't think it's Jack in the Box.
They don't get good rap, right?
Damn it, I can't remember. especially in California, it's the big rivalry. In-N-Out, and who's their big rival? People in the comments will say, remind me what that is in the comments. We don't have either of them here. I think the one, not In-N-Out, but one of the others is slowly working its way across the country. But I don't know if they do the whole fast food thing or not, but I know they're renowned for having like just excellent burgers. But you know, and which people say like here we think Five Guys, that's like the pinnacle or near the pinnacle of fast-ish food.
Yeah, Five
burgers.
Guys is the closest here that I can think of a fast food burger that came close to Carl's Jr. when I was out there.
And Carl's Jr. was better than that?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm down. See, now I'm getting hungry. Now I'm getting hungry.
Did you have any? Did you have one in mind?
I mean, I don't know that I had any specifically in mind. You mentioned Arby's before, and I remember for a brief time we had a few Arby's around here.
Arby's on Route 9. That was my go-to for years.
Yeah, it was like
those
legit
beef sandwiches.
For me, especially with the Arby's, unusually, especially because it was fast food, I liked the cold sandwiches.
Yeah.
They like thick.
Oh, God. They made that one, like, it was like a deli sandwich. It was like,
yeah.
I would order that thinking I was eating. I was like, this is good. This is good for you. And then one, because it's like, it's not a burger. It's all this meat and this lettuce and onions on it and all this stuff with that fancy bread. And then I realized it was 1,100 calories or something crazy.
One sandwich is like
huge.
More than half your day's calories.
Was I the only one going there or something that they closed? How could they not be?
Yeah, I don't know why.
There's a place like that who makes good fast food.
Yeah.
That's so weird to me.
What was the place that briefly took this area by storm, but then half of them, like this is just within recent years, they opened up and everyone
was
like,
one down in Waretown.
Yeah.
And it had lines.
Everyone's like, oh my God. And within a year, they were all, like half of them were gone. It's not Red Rocket or something.
No, that's the burger place.
No, it was like built around the idea of being a drive up.
Yeah, it was like old school 50s.
Yeah, like sock hop.
Yeah. What the hell is that called?
None of them lasted. I think, is there still one in Howell?
There's one in Howell.
Yeah, but most of them, they just did not last.
Why can't I remember the name of it?
Maybe it'll come to us.
This is a little ridiculous, so we can't think of the name.
So you mentioned Roy's, and I think Roy's is actually an example, I think, of a really good one. Roy's is good.
Yeah.
And the thing is that a lot of people aren't aware that Roy's even still exists.
I know.
Because there's not many of them left anymore.
No, it was Turnpike. That was the Turnpike stops, remember?
Yeah.
They were only on the Turnpike for a while.
Yeah.
And there's the one in Bayville.
Which has been around forever.
Yeah.
And so when a new one opened in our region, I think maybe 10 years ago or so, I want to say it was just a few years ago, but it's probably around 10 years ago by now. And I remember telling people, and they were like, wait a minute. Not only is Roy's still a thing, but they're opening new ones. It surprised even me. I remember when they were building it, I was so thrilled, like, oh my God, Roy's is coming.
That was our go-to for a while, right? We were going to Roy's.
When we started the show,
that's where we would brainstorm at Roy's.
Yeah, we'll go sit at Roy's, and I'll tell you, like, still excellent.
Their chicken.
Their chicken's great. The burger patties are thick. They actually have good bread.
Yeah.
Like their burger buns are good. Like legitimately good. I mean, it's one of the reasons why McDonald's is trash. And I eat McDonald's plenty. But it's trash in part because like the buns are trash.
Yeah, Like
it's trash stuff. Roy's is rock solid for fast food.
Roy's is another one of those places where I don't understand how a KFC does better than a Roy's. The only thing I can think of is because you can get so much of the chicken. I guess like you can get like at Roy's you can't get a giant bucket of chicken or something.
But KFC's not good and it's overpriced.
It's overpriced and it's not.
It's terrible.
Yeah, it's not like good.
Yeah, I don't.
Like you could get a real piece of chicken at Roy Rogers.
Yeah,
like
and it's good.
Actually, yeah,
and it's actually good. Like the fried chicken is good at Roy's. Now I'm not going to say that it's better than, let's say, Popeyes, which I don't know. I have not had Popeyes fried chicken.
No, I think it's better than Popeyes.
But
Popeyes falls in that KFC area.
But like I won't say it's better than, I hate to say it, but ChickfilA. Like, yes, I
like it better than chicken.
Yep.
If we're talking fast food, like we're junk, like what tastes better?
Yeah,
I like Roy's.
Yeah, better than.
But if I'm eating Chick-fil-A because I'm like, well, it's tasty and it's actually, it is actually chicken, but it's not as
Chick-fil-A's sandwiches.
Oh yeah.
Again, I hate to say it. Yes, I'm one of these people who have misgivings about giving Chick-fil-A my money.
Right. So we're just talking food wise. Like,
yeah. So I think maybe once every other year or so, I'll have some. But when I do, it's always like, oh, I wish I didn't hate the company because
they're nuggets though
good.
too. They're my go-to nuggets. If like I'd eat their nuggets over any other fast food nuggets.
Even their breakfast sandwiches are legit. They do chicken breakfast sandwiches, like
those
chicken
little,
biscuits.
Yeah, those little ones.
They're legit.
It's because they use real chicken.
Yeah,
like it's not like chopped up and then put back together. It's like an actual piece of chicken.
Yeah, I don't like saying it, but this is a very common refrain because you hear people say it all the time. Like, boy, I don't want to like Chick-fil-A, but Chick-fil-A is really good. They
do it right.
Now I'll say one, and I'm a huge fan. Almost everyone disagrees with me. They're like, this is trash ass food.
If you're going to say what I think, it has to be on this list because I'm pretty sure you're going to say.
I fucking love it. White Castle.
Yeah, hell yeah, man.
I freaking love White Castle.
I don't understand. I'm so glad that they've been popping up in our area. New.
Yeah.
Because they were a staple for both of us growing up on 37.
Yeah, that you could. Yeah, middle of the night, your way back from Seaside Heights.
Everybody was going to White Castle.
So for people who aren't familiar, I think it's occasionally come up in the show. Tig and I grew up in the area where Jersey Shore was filmed, and where Jersey Shore was filmed was also, for us growing up, one of our hangouts.
Yeah, that was our sort of coming from different directions place to...
all those places where they were up to their ridiculous shenanigans were places that we hung out. We knew that house before they moved into the house. And all, the people depicted on the show, that type of people, were all people that we couldn't stand growing up because...
Bennies!
Because they would infest the boardwalk and still do, I assume. I mean, I think we're too old for that
Locals
scene
Locals stay
anymore.
out in the summer.
Yeah. But so coming back from the Jersey Shore house area, that White Castle was
the stop.
That was our stop.
So
it still
good.
is. I actually like that one more than the other one that's nearer to me because the other one is newer, so it's not as filthy yet.
Yeah, it doesn't have the grease buildup.
And
those years of grease.
The filth of that old White Castle just makes it. It's
true.
I'm not going to claim that White Castle are good burgers for being burgers, but it's the sort of thing we've talked about before, like pizza, where I consider something like Pizza Hut isn't pizza; it's its own kind of food.
Yeah, it's like fast food pizza.
So sometimes I want Pizza Hut.
Yeah.
I don't want Pizza Hut when I want pizza. When I want pizza, I want pizza.
Yeah,
but sometimes I want Pizza Hut.
Yeah.
I don't want White Castle when I want burgers. I want White Castle when I want White Castle.
Yes.
And I often want White Castle.
I'm a fan of their chicken ring sandwiches.
So am I. I always get at least one with my order because for me, that's what I cleanse that's the palate cleaner. Like after I've eaten all the oniony, greasy,
you gotta cleanse it with a chicken ring sandwich.
And the chicken ring sandwich sort of like, yeah, the chicken ring sandwiches are great. I like the jalapeno cheeseburgers.
I remember we stopped there when they first came out, so you got those to try. If it was like your first time.
Oh no, that was the ghost pepper.
Oh, ghost pepper,
which that was limited time.
That's what it was. Okay,
they still always have the jalapeno cheese, even though it's not. I don't think it's listed on their menus anymore. But
it's like a secret.
You could still always get it. Yeah, they had ghost pepper ones for a bit. I loved. I wish they wouldn't discontinue. Now they have these are so amazing. Now they have mac and cheese bites. So it's basically nuggets of mac and cheese deep fried.
Yeah.
Oh.
That's exactly what you sound like after you eat it too.
Yeah. So good. I love, I think White Castle's fantastic. Legitimately fantastic. Now here's one I don't think is fantastic, and it's in part because the service is always so bad. There's at least 3 locally, and literally every single one of them.
So wait, you're going to go with one that you don't like?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, that's right. We're supposed to be talking about one.
But that's fine. We'll throw this in.
Yeah, that's right.
This is the opposite here.
Burger King has lost its way. Burger King has lost its way. Used to be the superior competitor to McDonald's, I think.
Yeah, they were my go in the 90s. They were my go-to aside from it. Like I liked their fries better, which a lot of people are, McDonald's fries are the best ever.
I used to, yeah.
Burger King fries for a period of time until they changed for some reason were the best fries I had.
Mm-hmm.
And their burgers were just tasted more like a barbecue, like you were grilling.
They were actually flame broiled.
So they tasted like that.
Yeah.
Now everywhere you go, they're closed. Like the one in our town closed.
Yeah. The one that was in the town that I grew up in closed. The one that's closest to me now, maybe once every other year, I drop in because I'm like, I haven't had Burger King in a while. I need to mix it up. But then the service is always so bad. I'm
That's
like,
so
I'm
weird.
not going back.
Like, what happened to what? That's
like their buns were always sesame seed buns.
yeah.
Yeah, they have gone way downhill. Their nuggets are terrible. Everything is terrible there now. Everything.
How does it's confusing to me because basically they were the Pepsi.
Yeah,
right.
That's a good comparison.
So McDonald's was a Coke. They were the Pepsi of. That would be like Pepsi just folding because suddenly they were just shitty at doing their job, and now there's no more Pepsi. Like, how does Burger King mess up? You're a fast food place. Just copy. Like everyone else figured it out.
Yeah,
What the fuck is the problem?
We should probably throw some shout outs to fast food joints. Well, you already did fast food joints in other parts of the country that we don't get. Here's one I'll shout out. For people who don't have White Castle near you, you might have Crystal.
Oh, is that like a different?
Crystal is very close to White Castle. I don't think it's good, but it's basically the same thing. Sliders, little greasy sliders.
Oh yeah.
Same kind of thing. Like I first encountered Crystal in Georgia. Same with ChickfilA. That's where I first encountered ChickfilA is in Georgia. But in like that area of the country, Crystal was all over. I think Crystal also gets out to like Illinois and stuff like that. I think White Castle's mostly from the Midwest up through the Northeast. White Castle's still owned by the family.
Oh, okay.
They don't franchise. They're still like all privately owned.
Oh, geez.
They keep a very tight, and they purposely, after all these decades, the reason why you don't see them everywhere, they purposely grow slowly.
Yeah, they don't because they don't want to get. They're smart.
Yeah, they don't want to do like the Subway thing or whatever.
Yeah.
They purposely grow slowly, I guess, to cultivate each individual location. There's one down. What is the fish fast food joint? It's usually done in conjunction with another place. It's John's something.
Long John Silver. No,
Long John Silver. Yeah.
Is that fast? Is that like a?
Yeah, I always see that connected to, not to Taco Bell. It's always in conjunction with someplace else. I can't remember what.
I never like they were always on the signs and stuff, but I don't know. There's something about fish and.
I get fish
food.
at Roy's.
Did you used to fish at Roy's?
I
did used to get the fish sandwich at McDonald's sometimes just because it was so salty. It was like
think
good.
It's healthier. Yeah, the McDonald's one isn't great. The Roy's fish sandwich is very good. Like,
I didn't even know they had
actual
a fish
big
sandwich.
chunks of like real flaky fish coming off. Like it's legitimately good, solid fish. No tartar.
Oh, you don't like the tartar sauce?
No tartar. Well, and that's
what makes it though.
That's one of the reasons why I'll often get the fish sandwich too, is because you look at the calories. And it's already lower than everything else. But then even knowing I'm getting it no tartar, that's like, that means it's the healthy choice.
It's the healthy
I'm getting
choice.
the healthy, I'm getting the healthy
God.
choice. Exactly.
Fuck.
Are there any other actual good fast food places? Like Taco Bell's terrible. It's Taco Bell. I mean, I'll still get it. I'll still eat Taco Bell. Don't get me wrong. But it's not good. And it's gotten worse over the years, I feel.
Yeah, no, yeah. If we're naming good in the sense of when you get like the craving.
Like it's, yeah.
Where Taco Bell, I'm never like, I really need to go to Taco Bell.
Yeah,
I never had that feeling.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah. Well, most of like the other places, like, yeah, I never feel like, oh. But every now and again, I'm like, I could go for a Roy's burger right now.
Yeah.
And often I'm like, White Castle, I need me some White Castle.
Yeah.
Those are
Arby's.
Yeah, used to be. Yeah, I used to get that Jones and for Arby's.
I'm trying to think whatever. First of all, I'm so pissed that we can't think of the goddamn name of the place that we were just talking about with the drive up one.
Yeah,
it's so weird.
I Comet? No, that's not it. I don't remember. They were all over too.
Yeah, they exploded 10 years ago. They were just popping up everywhere.
And then then they around here at least, I don't know if they're still big everywhere else, but they've disappeared. They were kind of stealing the thunder of, because we used to have a lot of Stewart's in the area.
Yeah, they were like that. Yeah,
because Stewart's also did the car hop thing, but Stewart's, to get back in the day, Stewart's was great. And the last time I went to Stewart's was with you a few years back.
Oh, it's terrible.
Stewart's in Seaside Heights, New Jersey. I'm calling you out. You are
fix your shit.
You are terrible. Fix your crap, man. Fix your crap. And it's a shame because it's waterfront and all that. Like
it was great. Like atmosphere wise, you sit right on the bay.
Yeah, it should be a great place to hang out and like have a couple hot dogs and
yeah. How do you mess up a hot dog? I think I actually got a cheesesteak when we.
Maybe that's what I need tonight, is an Italian hot dog from
that. What I got. Holy Christ.
Maybe that's it. Yeah.
It was real good.
Yeah.
They gave you 2.
Yeah.
It was 2 dogs in the.
That might be what we need. I'll give one last shout out and I haven't been to this place in years, but I do remember this was the one place that was like a step up. It was Wendys.
Yeah, they used to. Chicken sandwiches were real good and stuff like that.
Yeah, they did. Yeah, they had a really good. I prefer
the Asiago chicken sandwich was real good.
And I always remember with Wendys, the burgers were actually juicy.
Yeah.
Like
square.
Like a real burger that should be like juicy.
Yeah.
You know, they were good. I can't vouch for them anymore.
We stopped going to them because the chicken sandwich, which was my go-to, the Asiago chicken sandwich.
Mm-hmm.
It became one of those things where you'd go and the chicken would be like chewy and like soggy, or you'd get a giant chunk of fat or something, which is weird in a chicken sandwich. But,
yeah.
And then it was like, no, I can't eat this anymore. We just stopped going altogether.
But not good quality control.
No, I definitely don't get like a feeling to like, we got to go to Wendy's.
I can't remember.
I'm actually to the point where I'd rather go to Burger King than Wendy's.
Same, yeah. The only thing I didn't really care for with Wendy's was their fries, because I don't care for thick cut fries.
Yeah, and they're always pasty. Their fries were never. Yeah. They're definitely on the lower.
They had a rockin' salad bar back in the day.
Yeah.
Remember that? Though I guess they discontinued that because people probably abused it. But yeah, they had like a good salad bar. Though I remember when Burger King was tinkering with that. They had like a full salad bar. They had table service. They tried for a little while.
Yeah, I remember the table service. I remember when they tried that. It was real awkward to be sitting in there.
The downfall of Burger King disappoints me because their chickens, I used to love their classic chicken sandwich and the Italian style.
Mm-hmm.
That's usually when I get the Burger King urge. Even now, that's what I'm going for, is for that chicken sandwich, and it's just, they haven't been good in years. They're dry.
I was always pissed that they I think does McDonald's still have the long, narrow, old school chicken sandwich?
No, the Burger King does.
That was Burger King, right?
They still do, yeah.
Oh, God
they
damn.
Still do.
That was my go-to for a long time.
Yeah.
But that was back when their fries were different. Like at some point they changed their fries.
See, I don't get the Burger King fries a lot because I get the onion rings. I always upgrade to the onion rings.
Well, sometimes you get the fries, you get a bone, you get that like extra onion ring.
That's always You get that little, you get the bone, and both directions. Sometimes you get the onion rings, and you're like, I got a fry or two.
It's always a win.
To close this off, I had a harrowing experience the other day.
Oh God,
this was. I
seems very emotional.
It is. It's a little.
It scarred you.
And I'm not necessarily asking for sympathy in the comments or anything like that. I'll be all right.
Oh boy,
but
it's gonna be.
I'd go to McDonald's for something last week. I was in there around, I don't know, a little before noon, maybe a couple minutes after, somewhere right around there. Step up. I do what I often do. Like, let me get a sausage, egg, and cheese McMuffin with a hash brown and a sweet tea. And the guy says, "We're no longer serving breakfast." And I said, "You don't have all day breakfast?" And he said, "We discontinued all day breakfast."
What? Just
McDonald's discontinued all day breakfast.
Just at your that location, or in general?
I think almost all of them did, unless they voluntarily keep going. McDonald's without all day breakfast is like,
yeah. Why do you get? I mean,
you've basically become the Chernobyl like no-go zone for me. That's
there was a while, like we often do road trips, like family road trips, and not that you want to stop at McDonald's, but sometimes you just have to stop to get food if you're driving for 10 hours. And the go-to was, well, I don't feel like eating a burger, I'll just get a bacon, egg, and cheese. Well, at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Like, who cares? It's something small. It tastes like breakfast. So now that's just not going to be a thing.
I mean, like, McDonald's is not good fast food. It's familiar and comfortable fast food. I have no problem with it. I will happily eat McDonald's, yeah. However, and I've said this for years, I will defend their breakfast to the death.
Oh my God.
To the death. The friend of the show, Tom Torrey, made fun of McDonald's breakfast in a text chat not too long ago, and
things got heated.
Very, very heated. McDonald's breakfast is effing fantastic. Fantastic. I will die on that hill.
The thing is with McDonald's breakfast, and I agree, like I was always a bacon, egg, and cheese biscuit with the hash brown.
Yeah. Got to get the hash brown.
Yeah.
They actually do their hash browns really well.
The only problem I have with them is after you eat them,
Oh, well.
No, I mean, like after you eat it, there's always if you drink water with it, there's this strange aftertaste of of McDonald's breakfast, and I've never been able to figure out what it is. I don't know what the flavor is that like lingers, but there is some. It's probably one of the 300 chemicals that they put in it.
Could be,
but when you're eating it, because there's been numerous times you're driving on the road and I'm just like eating it, and I'm just like, God damn, I get that part of it.
Oh God, yeah. Like for me, my go-tos are I prefer the sausage, egg, and cheese McMuffin. But
they do sausage real good too, like breakfast sausage.
Their breakfast sausage is great. I prefer the McMuffins. I like the biscuits too, but I usually prefer the McMuffins over the biscuits because the McMuffins have the white disc of egg with the yolk in the middle, whereas the biscuits have the folded like more omelet style.
Yeah.
And I like the former version of the eggs. Oh, you like the egg? Okay, yeah. But basically they're all good. Even the muffins are good and all that. I don't get that effect that you do though, because I usually get McDonald's breakfast with the sweet tea.
Yeah, so you don't get that taste.
I remember when McDonald's first introduced sweet tea. I don't know, maybe it's been 15 years now, maybe a little longer, I don't remember. But I didn't really know sweet tea from Adam because I didn't grow up drinking sweet tea because we live in the north.
Right.
But I lived down south for a brief period of time, and I was introduced to sweet tea, and it changed my life.
It changed my life?
Of all the things that Southerners get wrong, that is something they get very, very right. Food in general, they do very well in the South. Food, eating in the
Especially
South.
fried.
Oh yeah, eating in the South, they do it well, except for pizza and some other stuff. But sweet tea, I was introduced to sweet tea. Like anywhere you would go out, it was like by default, pitcher of sweet tea on the table, and I couldn't go back. Like I was like, yes, this is it. So when McDonald's introduced sweet tea up here, I went right there and I got it. And the first sip, teeth were cracking. My body was screaming out, diabetes! And I knew I was home again. I knew I refound.
Unfortunately, for now on, you're going to have to go there at 10:30 in the morning.
Yeah.
To have your sweet tea with your breakfast.
That's terrible.
That is pretty shitty. I'm going to have to, not that we've been there in a really long time, but I'm curious to stop by the one in town and just see if they really discontinued it everywhere.
Very disappointing. I don't like to end an episode on a downer, but I can't. After bringing this up, I don't know that I can go on.
I don't think you can. I think you need a break.
It's somber.
We'll go console you on the couch.
Yeah. So for folks out there, because we don't know the entire country, of course, we were talking about these places out west that we're not familiar with. We want to know, like, what are good fast food places? What are the good ones near you, especially, that we might not be familiar with? So, all right. We should go figure out what we're doing for dinner and order up. Cause
not fast food, though.
No, I agree, not fast food. So, all right. I've been Eric. Bye.